Hello viewers, I am Dr. Chitaguppi, once again back with your history lessons. So in my previous sessions we had discussed about some of the aspects of history, like importance of history, the Indus Valley civilization, followed by the Vedic literature, the advent of the Muslims, the slave dynasty, then the advent of the Europeans. So today we are going to take a new lesson as the competitive examinations are fast approaching, union as well as the state examinations. Keeping in view with this, I will be taking one of the important topic for the examination point of view, the Ashokan Edicts. So likely in your examination you can get a question on the Ashokan Edicts or Ashokan inscriptions. The word edict is used here because these inscriptions are in the form of royal orders. So a royal order is called as an edict or the charter. So they are in the form of the royal orders of Emperor Ashoka. So the word Ashokan Edicts has been used. The Mauryas, who ruled from 4th century BC till the end of the 2nd century BC, their period marks an important phase in the political development of India. For the first time, a vast empire in India was established under the rule of Chitaguppi Maurya and his son Bindusara. Later, the period of Ashoka acquires more importance in the religious section, as he was called as the great patron of the Buddhism. Hence, Ashoka's rule also marks an important phase of our history. However, one of the aspects related to Ashoka which we are going to discuss today is about his edicts or the inscriptions. As you know that in my previous session of the importance of history, I had mentioned the importance of the inscription as a source to rewrite the history. And the inscriptions are most valuable evidence of our past. Keeping this in view, we will try to understand the edicts of Ashoka. So Ashoka is said to be the pioneer who started engraving the inscriptions. He was the first king here to start engraving the inscriptions. So from 3rd century BC onwards, we have got this source for rewriting history, the inscriptions, especially as they are known as edicts here in Ashoka. So the Ashokan edicts are stone edicts. They are all stone edicts, and today they have been scattered in 5 countries. You can notice the Ashokan edicts in 5 countries, mainly coming from West Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh and India. In these 5 countries we have the edicts of Ashoka. The Ashokan edicts, as I mentioned, are stone edicts, and they are classified as major rock edicts, minor rock edicts, major pillar edicts, minor pillar edicts, and cave edicts, and 2 independent edicts called as the Kalinga edicts. So these are mainly how the inscriptions are classified. So totally we have discovered 33 edicts of Ashoka. So which are mainly 33. But if you see today, here in different places of here India as well as outside India, we have got many inscriptions of Ashoka, which are here mainly around about 150 inscriptions. But originally are 33, and they are all the imprints of the original edicts. The content is one and the same. The reason is that Ashoka's message should be known to all the people of his empire. So the same edicts were engraved, and they were here mainly here implanted, erected at the different parts of his empire. So totally we have 33 edicts. The major rock edicts are 14 in number, and minor rock edicts are 3 in number, and the 2 independent Kalinga edicts, followed by this 7 major pillar edicts, 4 minor pillar edicts, and 3 cave edicts, which comes to 33 in number. Totally there are 33 edicts of Ashoka. These inscriptions or the edicts here are in 4 types of the scripts, namely Brahmi, Kharoshthi, Greek, and Aramaic. These are the 4 scripts that have been used in Ashokan inscriptions. The edicts which are found in the northwestern part, here mainly in Afghanistan region, there we have the Greek and Aramaic scripts used. But in the rest of the edicts which are in Nepal, Bangladesh and India, we have Brahmi and Kharoshthi script used. The 4 major scripts. Where Brahmi and Kharoshthi is used, the language used is Prakrit. The language is Prakrit. Where Greek is there, the Greek language and the Aramaic language. So 3 languages have been used and 4 scripts. The Ashokan edicts, most of the edicts are in Brahmi script and Prakrit language. However, few are in the Kharoshthi, Greek and Arabic. Brahmi script is written from left to right, whereas Kharoshthi is written from right to left. It was the influence of the Aramaic script, which is also written from right to left, the Central Asian script. And Greek, as you know that, it is written from left to right. So these scripts have been used in the Ashokan edicts. The Ashokan edicts were first deciphered. Deciphered means read. Were first read in 1836 by a scholar, James Prinsep, who was able to decipher Brahmi and Kharoshthi script. He was a linguistic expert. He was responsible to read the edicts of Ashoka. So this tradition of engraving the inscriptions was here laid down by Ashoka. Later it was continued by the rulers of India. So we have got a lot of inscriptions later here belonging to our history, our past. The Ashokan edicts. Here some of the important edicts of Ashoka, if you try to understand some of the important edicts of Ashoka. In Afghanistan, at Kandahar and Kabul, we have the inscriptions. In Pakistan, it is a Shahbaz Gari inscription and a Mansehra inscription. In Nepal, it is a Ruminde and Nigli Sagar inscription. In Bangladesh, Mahastana Edict. And there are many edicts in India, like in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat. So they have been spread. Kalinga, that is your Orissa. The Ashokan Edicts have been spread throughout his empire. So in India, the major here mainly the edicts have been discovered, or more number are in India. But remember these edicts also which have been discovered. So the inscriptions. What is the most important information that we can gather from these edicts? The Ashokan Edicts, mainly here, if you look at the content, they deal about his family, important events of his rule, the contemporary dynasties, the contemporary rulers. So, political aspect is known. Along with this, we also come to know through the edicts the inclination of Ashoka towards Buddhism, his services he rendered to the Buddhism also can be known from the edicts. Apart from this, they help us to know about his Dhamma, the moral values advocated by Ashoka in his life. So broadly, if you look at the content of these edicts, this is here a brief inscription about the content. However, from examination point of view, there are some important edicts which the students are required to know, and you can expect questions in your examination on these, mainly the contents. For instance, we will take some of the important inscription and their content. So one of the earliest inscription of Ashoka, or we can consider the first inscription of Ashoka that has been here mentioned by the scholars, is the Kandahar Edict. It is said that comparing to other edicts, this is the earliest edict of Ashoka. So what is the importance of this? The question may appear in your examination. So what is the importance of this edict? It is a bilingual edict. Ashoka's edict is a bilingual. It is in 2 languages. So the languages used are Greek and Arabic. And this has been found at Kandahar in Afghanistan, because that area was dominated by the Greeks and the Persians. The Persians used the Arabic script. So the people, to understand this, here the language and the script was used here for the convenience of the people. They could here understand what is the message of Ashoka. So the importance of this Kandahar edict is it is a bilingual edict in 2 languages. Along with this, at Kabul, we have found another edict which is in Aramaic script. The Kabul edict speaks about the construction of the highway from Lampak, that is near Kabul, to Pataliputra. That edict here mainly here is known to here the construction of the highway. So which has been, the word used is Karapatha. The word used is Karapatha. That is the highway built from here Kabul to Pataliputra. Like this, the informations are there. The Shahbaz Gari inscription found in Pakistan has the usage of Prakrit language and Kharoshiti script. The Ruminde inscription in Nepal, Prakrit language and Brahmi script. and it is one of the most important edict of Ashoka. The most important edict, because it is from this edict we are able to identify the birthplace of Shakyamuni Buddha, that is Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. So it has helped us to identify the Lumbini as the birthplace. So Lumbini Edict is also known as Lumbini Edict. So like this, here these edicts are important for us to know some of the aspects of Ashoka. Likewise, here among his 14 major rock edicts, the 13th rock edict found at many places is a description about the Kalinga war which took place in his 8th regnal year, that is around about 261 BC. Kalinga, also called as Utkala, that is your present Odisha or Orissa. So the war here took place, the Kalinga war. So the description is got in the 13th rock edict. The 13th rock edict mentions about the Kalinga war. Also it mentions about the contemporary kings here in the foreign land, mainly the Greek kings. The names of the Greek kings are mentioned in this edict. So that is here the 13th rock edict what we have got. The second major rock edict is here providing us the information about the contemporary dynasties in India. So they mention about the Cholas, the Pandyas ruling in Tamil Nadu, and the Kerala Putra or the Satyaputras ruling in Kerala region, who were outside the Ashokan Empire. So like this we have the edicts are providing a lot of information about Ashoka's life, Ashoka's rule. Along with this, here some of the edicts in India if you take, and also in the state of Karnataka. So if you study the edicts of India, the most important edict what we have got is here the edict of Saranath and the edict of Sanchi. The Saranath comes in Uttar Pradesh, Sanchi comes in Madhya Pradesh. So these two edicts, they are pillar edicts. They are the pillar edicts, and these two edicts speak about the punishment for those persons who try to create the schism in the religions. One who try to here obstruct the religion, one who try to break the religion, one who try to spread the communal thoughts here. So the schism, they are popularly called as the edicts of schism, the Saranath edict and the Sanchi edict. Likewise, Allahabad pillar edict, another important edict of Ashoka. So this edict is called as the Queen's Edict. It mentions the name of Ashoka's queen Kauravaki and her donation she made. That is mentioned in the edict. So it is popularly called as Queen's Edict, the Allahabad Edict. Allahabad was also known as earlier as Prayag, and once again we have today that place is named as Prayagraj. So this is one of the important edict of India what we have got. Likewise, in Bihar, in Barabar Hills, we have 4 cave edicts of Ashoka, which inform us these caves were excavated and donated to the Buddhist monks of Ajavika sect. Ajavika is one of the sect of here mainly the Buddhism. The caves were donated, they were granted to these saints, the monks. So like this, these edicts here mainly help us to know about here Ashoka's here his services towards Buddhism. The 2 Kalinga edicts called as separate Kalinga edicts, they are found at Jaugad and Dhawali, which mention about Ashoka's welfare measures for the people of Kalinga. What he will do for the people of Kalinga, that is mentioned in these edicts. Like this is mainly the humanitarian work is emphasized. If you see the edict of here Junagadh, the Junagadh edict in Gujarat, this edict informs us the renovation of the Lake Sudarshan at Junagadh, the artificial lake that was constructed during the period of his grandfather Chandragupta Maurya. The renovation was undertaken during the time of Ashoka. So the edict mentions this. Especially the two edicts which I have mentioned, the Allahabad Pillar Edict of Ashoka and the Junagadh Rock Edict. Students, you have to remember these two edicts from examination point of view. The Allahabad Pillar Edict, apart from Ashoka's edict or inscription, the pillar has the inscriptions belonging to two more kings. Like the Samudragupta, Gupta ruler, his inscription is also on this pillar. Popularly we call it as the Allahabad pillar inscription of Samudragupta, which narrates about his conquests. And another one is about Jahangir. The Jahangir here inscription is also found here. So if you look at the Allahabad pillar inscription, one of the unique feature what we can notice is Ashokan Edict is in here Brahmi script and Prakrit language. Prakrit is used, the language used. Whereas in Samudragupta, the language used is Sanskrit. And in Persian, language is used in Jahangir's edict. That is the uniqueness of the edict of here Ashoka and Samudragupta and Jahangir. That is together we call it as Allahabad Pillar Edict. The Junagadh Edict also has three edicts or three inscriptions. The first one is of Ashoka, the second one is of Rudra Daman, the Shaka chief, the Shaka king. So which is here in Sanskrit, and it is considered to be the earliest Sanskrit edict in India. The earliest Sanskrit edict what is there in India is the Rudra Daman here Junagadh edict. Here dated round about the middle of 2nd century AD. And the third inscription on the Junagadh rock here we have got is of Skandagupta, the Gupta king. So that is the importance of these edicts which help us to know many aspects about Ashoka's rule. Coming to Karnataka, one of the most important edict has been discovered in Karnataka. However, in Karnataka totally in 5 districts we have Ashokan edicts scattered. Gulbarga, Raichur, Koppal, Ballari and Chitradurga. In 5 districts we have got the Ashokan edicts. Among these edicts, the most important edict we have is at Maski in Raichur district. The Maski edict, which was discovered in 1915, reveals the name of the Mauryan emperor Devanampiya as Ashoka. So in earlier edicts, here Ashoka is referred with his title as a Devanampiya Piyadasi or Devanampiya. That means the beloved of the gods. Till 1915 we were unable to know where here was Devanampiya. Who was this Devanampiya? So it is the Maski inscription which was discovered in 1915 by Charles Baden, who was responsible for this discovery. And it is this inscription which helped us to know the name Ashoka. So we get the name of Ashoka in this edict. Apart from this, in Karnataka, in Ballari district, in Nittur also, we have an edict where Ashoka's name appears. So like this, in Karnataka, we have got here this inscription. Another inscription to be mentioned from Karnataka is the Brahmagiri Edict of Ashoka in the Chitaguppi district, which mentions about the relation between the king and his people. It should be just like that of a father and a children. And the Brahmagiri Edict also here mentions the name of the scribe as Chapada. Chapada is the scribe of the Brahmagiri Edict, which is mentioned here by the scribe Chapada. His name appears in the inscription. And very interesting about this Brahmagiri Edict is the word Lipikar. This word is in Kharoshiti. The whole inscription is in Brahmi script, but this is in Kharoshiti. So it is understood that Chapada was well versed in both the scripts. Hence, these edicts here of Ashoka, which are mainly the important edicts of Ashoka, and from examination point of view, you may get the questions on these edicts. So lastly, to conclude, we have to say, what is the importance of these edicts? What information we can know from these edicts? These edicts of Ashoka has helped us to fix the periphery or the extent of Ashokan Empire, which extended up to Afghanistan and in mainly east up to here Bengal, from Kashmir in the north to Karnataka in the south. So we can speak here, give the extent of the empire of Ashoka extension. The scripts that were known to the Indians in that time can be understood, like Brahmi, Kharoshiti, Greek, Aramaic. The languages which were popular, so the most popular language was Prakrit. However, Greek and Aramaic was also used. The edicts have helped us to know the events of Ashoka's life. The edict has helped us to know about the Ashoka's services to Buddhism. These edicts throw light on Ashoka's moral values. The Ashokan Edicts help us to identify the contemporary Indian rulers as well as the foreign rulers of Ashoka. So a lot of information can be gathered from these edicts. And it is these edicts which are considered to be the primary sources for the study of Ashoka. More than the literature like Mahavamsha, Deepavamsha, here the edicts are more important in knowing the history of the Mauryan king Ashoka. So students, this topic is important from your examination. Do prepare well. All the best. Thank you.